the BHS Stage 3 Teach Award, we'll be assessing the coach's competence in teaching the basics of dressage, show jumping and cross-country. This will be to a variety of riders of different ages and coaching novice competitive riders, pony club members and riding school clients. For the assessment, we'll observe a 30-minute private flatwork lesson and a 40-minute semi-private simulated cross-country lesson. Following each of these, there will be some self-evaluation and discussion on coaching theory.
Hi Charlie.
Hello, this is my lesson plan and my risk assessment.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a little look at this then.
Before the lessons begin, we'll want to see a lesson plan and risk assessment for each session. This should include aims and objectives, approximate timings, details of the main coaching activity and any required equipment.
Hiya, I'm Charlie. I'm going to be teaching you today. What's your name?
I'm Lindsay.
We'll expect the flatwork lesson to begin with an introduction, tack check and gathering history and relevant information from the rider, followed by a visual assessment of the horse and rider warming up. We'll then want to see the coach agree the lesson aims, then deliver an appropriate set of activities and exercises, and conclude with feedback and discussion so the rider has clear take-home messages and suggestions for further training. Throughout the assessment, we'll want to see the coach develop a good rapport with the rider, recognising the needs of the rider and adjusting teaching practices to meet those needs, with appropriate regard for safety, risk assessment and the general behaviour and legal requirements of a professional coach. We'll also want to see good time management and logical progression through activities and exercises that meet the lesson aims and objectives at an appropriate level for the individual horse and rider. In a Stage 3 dressage lesson, this may include leg yield, lengthening strides and a range of exercises to improve the horse's overall way of going. The follow-up discussion is an important part of the assessment. We'll ask the coach to feedback on the session, to review how effective their coaching techniques were, and to identify their strengths and any aspects of their coaching that may need further development. We'll also want to talk about the horse and rider's performance with a view to identifying areas of good practice and how the training might develop if they were to coach this combination again. For the simulated cross-country session, again we want to see a lesson plan and risk assessment with the lesson following a similar structure. Here, the coach will need to introduce riders to riding cross-country using simulated cross-country fences in an arena. We'll expect this to include teaching the riders how to ride towards a cross-country pace and how to develop a forward seat and lower leg security. We'll want to see the coach discuss the type of fences the riders might see on a real cross-country course. Then follow through with a clear demonstration of coaching horses and riders on how to approach and negotiate each type of simulated cross-country fence, with reference to appropriate pace and speed and the importance of the rider position. The jumps can be up to 80 centimetres. They may be show jumps adapted for cross-country training exercises or purpose-built arena cross-country fences, or a mix of both. We would expect the centre to provide a variety of fences on the day, such as corners, arrowheads and skinnies, as well as brush fences, water trays and roll tops. This will of course vary slightly from centre to centre. For this reason, it's worth preparing a lesson that you can adapt to work with whatever fences and spaces available on the day. We strongly advise all coaches to allow time on arrival to familiarise themselves with the equipment the centre has provided and be extra vigilant about the position, distances and safety of the fences, adjusting the risk assessment if needed. In the lesson itself, we want to see the coach demonstrate a sound knowledge of cross-country riding and how the simulated training can be used to prepare both horse and rider for real cross-country riding and in turn give constructive feedback and ideas for the rider's future development. We'll expect to see the coach actively encourage feedback and discussion from the riders throughout the session. At some point after the lesson, we will talk to the riders to find out how they felt the lesson went. As usual, we will also talk directly with the candidate and invite them to reflect on their performance and identify strengths and areas that may require further improvement. We'll also discuss the key observation points and the coach's view of the performance of the individual horses and riders in the lesson.
And they both showed an improvement in their riding by the end of it.